Started from a DM, now she wanna see him. If you wanna link, baby, gotta be the weekend. Just follow me.
All right, so we got some business to get to. So this video is not going to be that long. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of the black vote. So I went to the barber shop today. And me and my barber, we talk about stuff, chit chat. You know how black barbers are. And we were talking about, how this COVID stuff is going on and how the government's been handling it. And eventually came down to us talking about the black vote. And how important yet weak the black vote is. So what this means is the black vote is important enough that everybody who runs for any office tries to get this vote. Period. That's what it is. Everybody wants to get the black vote. However, the black vote is very weak. As a community, we do not stand together. And because we do not stand together, we do not tend to have any ideas or a consolidated I don't want to say list, but basically a consolidated list, an agenda. We don't have an agenda for our community to help it grow and become better. It's because as a community, we're very fractured. Now, this is not to say like every other community is perfect. This is not what I'm getting at. I'm just talking about how fractured our community is. So, people talk about it all the time, right? That our community is the community of the least amount of business owners. And those of us who do own businesses rarely run them in our own neighborhoods. So, the truth is, for our vote to matter, a couple of things I feel like need to happen. One, we do need to start opening and running businesses in our neighborhoods. We need to, this might sound harsh, run out non-African American, black, Jamaican, whatever. If they are not us, we need to remove their businesses correctly from our neighborhoods. What that means is just do not do business with them. Doesn't mean you got to go out there and damage anybody's property or anything. Just don't do business with them. And then open our own businesses, and we will do business with each other. Black people always talk about how hard it is to get a job. It would be much easier for black people to get a job if more black people were in a position to hire other black people. All right? Now, this also means we have to be willing to properly support black business. What that means is we cannot look at a black business and go, yo, why are you charging us this much? Why are you not looking out for us? Because we didn't say that when that Chinese business was there or that Arab business was there. For instance, I have a friend who started a clothing line. It's not a full clothing line or whatever. He took his time. It is good quality. I have a hoodie from him. Cost me a little over $70. Got my niece a sweater. Cost a little over $70 to get her a sweater. And I'm cool with that. People are like, why would you pay that much for a brand that nobody knows? Well, one, that's my friend. So I'm not going to ask him for a discount. That's disrespectful. Two, it's a black business. And I've been supporting black business for a while. Now, I do believe black businesses have to do their own part in that. And what I mean by that is you cannot charge in excess. For instance, if your product costs you $10 to make, $10, $15 to make, which is about what Nike spends on what they use, right? You cannot charge $150 for it because that's what Nike does. The reason I say this is, while I will support black businesses, and I've stopped supporting shit like Nike. I don't actually, I own some of their shoes, but that's because I have a subscription clothing box that I get every now and then, and they come with them. I actually buy Adidas because the pricing is better. But people are buying Nike because of the brand at that price. You are not Nike. You cannot charge at that price. But that does not mean you need to undervalue your items. if your item costs you $10, $15 to make, and you turn around and you charge $50 for it, I mean, you still have to ship and everything like that. 50 to 60, I'm like, all right, cool. I can deal. Same thing with stores. Going into a black-owned store and being, yo, why this is so expensive? If it's the same price that a competing store owned by somebody else in the neighborhood, a different race in the neighborhood is selling their stuff at, then why do you have the question in the black store? And I've seen this happen. Okay? We have to support black businesses and start black businesses. 1 second. I'm back. All right. So, like I said, we have to start and support black businesses. 2, we have to get out of the party system mentality. Now, this is not just for black people. This is for American citizens in general. Republicans and Democrats, while they have some stances that are very different, they do flip-flop a lot. These parties need each other in order to function and survive. We need something else. And I do not just mean for the presidency. We need to go outside of the Republican and Democratic parties for our senators and for our House of Representatives. Now, the reason I say this is because the president does not make laws. The president can't even keep a law from being made, truthfully. What that means is the way that it works. House or Senate introduce a bill. Goes through, voted, goes to the other side, voted. They decide this is it. Goes to the president. President goes, nah, I disagree. It goes back to them. If they vote again and say that it's a law, all he did was delay it. Sit. He also can't directly introduce any bills to become laws. He has to meet with senators and congressmen, speak with them, and then get one of them to introduce it for him. What I'm saying is that the president, who is the office that gets the most focus, especially when it's time to vote, is not the one we need to be voting for the most. One, if you've heard of the Electoral College, then you understand one thing. Our vote is called the popular vote. Now, they've convinced you that as long as whichever way you vote, okay, that it will be a Republican, who Republicans voting or Democrats voting or something like that. Here's the problem, right? If this was true, then say a third party candidate gets on the ballot and wins the popular vote. You're telling me that there's suddenly going to be, however many people, they're going to be third party. No, it's the same people all the time. The electoral college I can guarantee you the electoral college is made up by the same people at all times. The electoral college picks our president. Our vote is called the popular vote. That's who we want, but it doesn't mean that's who we'll get. Bush lost the popular vote, won the presidency. They thought Florida cheated for some reason. Trump, that man lost the popular vote and won the presidency. You see what I'm getting at? Don't focus on the president as much. We do still need to focus on him because he does have a lot of executive power, but he is not the one creating the bills and laws that we have to live and die by, okay? Focus on the Congress. And we need to come up with an agenda. It doesn't need to be a complicated agenda. The black community simply needs something. We want school reforms in our neighborhood. Fine. We want police retraining. Believe me, if any community needs to be vocal about police needing to be retrained, it is probably the ones who are consistently being abused. Simple things, even if it's only 2 or 3, even if it's 1, if we as a community can at least agree on 1 point, not 100%, majority wise, then that's great. All right? That's what we need to do. And we need true black leadership. We do not have it right now. We have some black leaders, but no black leadership. They do not speak with each other. They do not conference with each other. They do not attempt to find what is best for all of us. Some of this is only because of religious ideologies. Because they're Muslim, they're Christian, they're an atheist. Some is because that guy's gay. She's a lesbian. If they're black, they're black. I don't care that their religion doesn't match yours. I don't care that their sexuality is different. Long as children are not involved. Or animals. You guys are weird. I just want us to find a way to become more unified. We need to make the black dollar stronger, the black vote stronger, and the black family stronger. Those 3 things. And we're on the right track. Where do I think we should start? As I stated, I think step 1 is the black dollar. Making the black dollar stronger will lead to the black vote being stronger. If we can get the black vote to be stronger and we can become solidified as a people, as a unit like we used to be far before my generation, then the black family can grow again. So that's all I gotta say on that. Like I said, this isn't gonna be a really long video. But stuff like this is also why I'm still an advocate. If your barber is still working, he's charging a little more. If you can afford it, go spend that money with your barber. Go spend it with your hairdresser. Because the importance of them in our community is actually a lot more than they're cutting our hair or whatever. Sometimes it's just little wisdoms they impart or little conversations that they start up. And you never know what that can snowball into. Support when you can. Support how you can. Now remember to like, subscribe, share, and don't just watch me build a kingdom. Help me build my empire. And I'm out.